I'm sure we can all agree that we spend way too much time thinking about things that are either in the past or in the future. And this is totally fine every once in a while, but it becomes a real issue if you find yourself constantly stuck in your mind. You might feel more tired, have trouble sleeping, struggle to concentrate, feel more irritable, just generally feel pretty shitty. Well, here are a few tips to help you stop overthinking. Number 1, distract yourself with something productive. When you notice that you're overthinking, try to do something productive to take your mind off of things. They're not the same thing, though. Meditation is a specific technique that you can use to calm your mind when you're feeling overwhelmed with your thoughts. Try writing them down. When you feel like you're at the mercy of other people or circumstances, it's easy to start overthinking and worrying about what could go wrong. We're trying to plan for every possible outcome and worry about the ones we can't predict. Talking to a trusted friend or family member can be a helpful first step. They may be able to offer support and understanding, and they may also be able to help you challenge your negative thoughts. If you're not comfortable talking to someone you can always seek professional help. A therapist can teach you coping mechanisms and problem-solving skills that can help you stop overthinking. They can also provide a safe and confidential space for you to explore your thoughts and feelings. But the truth is that there are some things we simply can't control. Fortunately, there are several things you can do to help stop overthinking. By distracting yourself, exercising, practicing mindfulness, writing down your thoughts, setting boundaries, accepting that you can't control everything, and talking to someone, you can start to gain control over your thoughts and reduce overthinking. Remember that it takes time and practice to change your thought patterns, so be patient with yourself and keep trying. With persistence, you can learn to quiet your mind and focus on the present moment. When we realize this and let go of our need to control everything, we free ourselves from a lot of unnecessary stress and anxiety. This doesn't mean that we give up on planning and preparation. It simply means that we accept that things and always go according to plan, and that's okay. We can't control the weather, for example, but we can plan for different types of weather and be flexible with our plans if necessary. We can't control other people's behavior, but we can set boundaries and take steps to protect ourselves. When we learn to accept the things we can't control, we're able to focus our energy on the things we can control. This gives us a sense of empowerment and reduces overthinking. The best way to combat this is to set boundaries. Boundaries are essential for maintaining your mental health and preventing overthinking. They help you to establish a sense of control over your life and protect you from the negativity of others. By setting boundaries, you're able to communicate your needs and expectations to other people and hold them accountable when they do and meet them. This can be difficult at first, especially if you're not used to asserting yourself. But it's important to remember that setting boundaries is not selfish. It's an important part of taking care of yourself and your mental health. When you set boundaries, you're not trying to push people away. You're simply creating a healthy distance that allows you to maintain your own identity and protect your emotional well-being. By establishing clear boundaries, you're able to create a safe and healthy environment for yourself. This can help to reduce overthinking and anxiety, allowing you to focus on the positive aspects of your life. This can help you to get them out of your head and see them more objectively. It also gives you a chance to analyze your thoughts and see if there's anything that you can challenge or change. For example, if you're thinking, "I'm so stupid, I made a mistake at work today," you can challenge that thought by asking yourself, is it really true that I'm stupid? Or is it just that you made a mistake? Everyone makes mistakes. It doesn't make you stupid. Writing down your thoughts can also help you to identify patterns of negative thinking. For example, you may notice that you constantly think about what other people think of you, or you may notice that you always expect the worst case scenario to happen. Once you've identified these patterns, you can start to challenge them and change them. For example, instead of worrying about what other people think of you, you can remind yourself that you can control what other people think, and that their opinion of you doesn't define who you are. Similarly, instead of always expecting the worst-case scenario to happen, you can remind yourself that negative outcomes aren't always as likely as you think. While mindfulness is a general state of being aware of what is happening in the present moment without judgment. Both of these practices can be very helpful when it comes to overthinking. When you meditate, you train your brain to focus on your breath, or a mantra. This helps you to quiet the constant chatter in your head and brings you back to the present moment. Similarly, When you practice mindfulness, you learn to observe your thoughts without judgment. This means that you don't get carried away with your thoughts or start to believe that they reality. Instead, you simply acknowledge them and let them pass like clouds in the sky. There are many different ways to meditate and practice mindfulness, but the key is to find a technique that works for you. This may take some experimentation, but it's definitely worth it if you find a good one. Some popular meditation techniques include guided imagery, body scan meditation, and loving kindness meditation. There are also many different apps and online resources that can help you get started with mindfulness and meditation. This could be something like cleaning your room, doing some work, or studying, cooking, or anything else that you enjoy doing. This isn't a long-term solution, but it can help you break the cycle of overthinking and bring you back to the present moment. If you get distracted enough, your brain will stop flooding your body with those stress hormones, and you will start to feel calmer and more relaxed. Just make sure that whatever you choose to do is something that you actually enjoy. Otherwise, you'll just end up overthinking about that too. This is because you're basically putting yourself in a constant state of alertness, always scanning for new threats and dangers. It also helps to improve sleep quality and increase feelings of well-being, so it's important to make time for regular physical activity. Do you want to worry if you do want to like working out, because exercising doesn't have to mean going to the gym? It can simply be taking a walk outside, doing some yoga, or even dancing around your living room. The most important thing is to get your body moving. When you exercise, your brain releases endorphins, which are natural chemicals that make you feel happy. This is known as the runner's high, and it's a great way to improve your mood and reduce stress. So try to incorporate some form of exercise into your daily routine and see how it affects your overthinking. This is called hypervigilance, and it's one of the main reasons why so many people suffer from anxiety. When we think about our problems, it triggers stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which causes a lot of negative side effects both physically and mentally. So how do you stop your brain from constantly trying to prepare you for some future threat? No. 2. Exercise regularly. Exercise has been shown to reduce levels of anxiety and depression. 3. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness and meditation are two practices that have been used for centuries to help people focus on the present moment and let go of their thoughts. 4. Write down your thoughts. 5. Set boundaries. One of the biggest causes of overthinking is feeling like you have no control over your life. 6. Accept that you can't control everything. Overthinking often stems from the belief that we can control everything. 7. Talk to someone. If you're struggling to stop overthinking on your own, don't hesitate to reach out for help. In conclusion, overthinking is a common problem that can cause a lot of distress.